On Capitol Hill, Congresswoman Nancy Mace's bill to ban biological men from using women's bathrooms has sparked a pretty heated debate on the Hill. The legislation comes right before the first ever transgender lawmaker, Democrat Sarah McBride, is sworn in. Many Democrats, including AOC, have joined McBride in fighting the resolution.
What Nancy Mace and what Speaker Johnson are doing are endangering all women and girls. Because if you ask them, what is your plan on how to enforce this? They won't come up with an answer. And what it inevitably results in are women and girls who are primed for assault because people are going to want to check their private parts in suspecting who is trans and who is cis and who's doing what. Because she wants to suspect and point fingers at who she thinks is trans is disgusting.
Mace, who is a rape survivor, clapped back with this.
She's not telling the truth. No one has ever said that women should drop trowel. That's really disgusting. And to say that about me, a survivor of rape and sexual abuse, it's really the height of hypocrisy. Their policies will only endanger more women and girls. It's just ludicrous to me that women who are victims of abuse should be forced to undress or go to the bathroom next to a man. I mean, I can't even. That's why millions of women are supporting me.
Yeah. It seems to me, Tammy, that Congresswoman Mace is protecting the safety and the definition of women.
Right, and even in AOC's rant there, she confirmed that women are at risk by men who are in there. It's in certain environments. But there's a reason why we have women-only spaces and why we always have. And it's important, especially for those who have been victims of violence, like Nancy Mace, that there's an understanding of what can occur. So this is largely symbolic. But this is not something Mace started. It's something that the ideological transgender movement, which is different than the identity, has started as a point to make, that is a private women's space, and that's the space they want. And this is about biological men wanting that space. And whether it's that space or spas or anything else, it's not even a fight we should be having. But I respect Nancy Mace for standing up for it, being blunt, making sure that this symbolism that, again, she did not start, starts and stops at the Capitol as you know, no one's going to be standing there, directing this, but it sends a message about what's appropriate, and so good for her.
And this is the hill she is willing to die on. She's also selling merchandise off her stance, Joey. She says the left wants to normalize balls in women's stalls. Hell no, I'm not backing down. Every purchase will help fuel my fight to protect women and girls across America.
Nancy Mace is a political conundrum. I mean, she's had moments where she was, inherently anti-Trump, and then she's MAGA, and so she navigates her own talking points. I think this is a brilliant troll, personally, because if you go through this election cycle and pay attention, this issue was huge. It was big. It's the most underrated issue when we talk about the border and economy. This issue was huge for people when they went into that voting box, and she's making Democrats double down on it. She's making them go in front of the TV and the microphones and double down on it, and Americans are seeing it. I think it's a great troll job is what I think.
David, I have so many liberal friends, and we don't even talk about politics because it's just not worth it. But whenever I bring up you have a son, you have a daughter, do you want them playing against the opposite sex? They kind of all agreed on this one issue.
You know, I said this on Fox many years ago when the bathroom bill came up in San Francisco. I have a solution that requires no legislation, just common sense and common agreement, which is I don't care if it's original equipment or aftermarket parts, whatever is in your clothing below the waist, that's the bathroom you use. In the case of Representative McBride, what's in the clothing below the waist is a fully formed man. Therefore, you can go to the neutral bathroom in the halls of Congress, which I have seen for all these years, or you can go to the men's room. But Nancy Mace is spot on about this because it's about setting a tone and making a win on Capitol Hill that then you can take to fight in the state houses and in the other buildings in the federal offices. And Nancy Mace was smart to extend to that. It wasn't an issue during the campaign. McBride did not run as an openly transgender, this is what I'm doing. It was subtly placed at times in certain remarks. But what happened is once you got to Capitol Hill, the ideology, the need to plant that flag in the women's room with a man, that's what took over. And good for Nancy Mace. Frankly, she's based on this, and I'm with her.
All right.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.